So once again, good morning. There we go. My name is John Drew. I'm the director in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, and it is an absolute honor to be able to welcome you to our program today. There are a lot of you in the audience, and we're really excited to have so many prospective students, parents, guests, faculty, and staff. To the prospective students, more and more of you are learning why UMass Boston should be your first choice. It was evident by the number of applications we received this cycle. Over 10,000 applications representing 48 states. We're holding out for those last 2 states, and over 60 different countries. Today's program is a milestone. And as we sit on this peninsula overlooking the bay, I can't help but to think of it as a turning of the tide a bit. Just like you, our admissions office spent a long, long winter reviewing applications. We were snowed in, so we had nothing else to do. We were recalculating your GPAs. We were learning about you through your essays, what your guidance counselors had to say about you, what your faculty or professors had to say about you. But none of that at this point matters. Now it turns over to you. Our chancellor often refers to this as your public research university. And today, we want you to think of it that way. This program has been specifically designed with you in mind. We want you to get to know us, try us on. There is no question that we hopefully can't answer for you today. And so we really want you to take advantage of all the resources, excuse me, and all the staff that are available to assist you today. Just a few things that you certainly can learn today as you're going through the program. You can talk to somebody in our career service office about internship opportunities in the city of Boston. Hopefully learn about all the new construction that's happening on campus that you're going to be able to take advantage of over the next 4 years. Talk with our student clubs and organizations, our coaches, and we have a large resource fair for you, and I'll highlight more of those opportunities after this morning's address. But to truly understand what UMass Boston is all about, I honestly believe you need to talk to our students. And so I'm honored to have 2 of them today here to share their experience. So please join me in welcoming Fakisha Fabre and Nolan O'Brien.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fakisha Fabre. I'm a junior. I major in English with a minor in political science. I also have a concentration in professional writing. I'm originally from Brockton, Massachusetts.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Nolan O'Brien. I'm also a junior, and I'm a political science major from Quincy, Massachusetts.
My first visit to UMass Boston was open house 2011. That's crazy. And it quickly became my first choice because out of all of my campus visits, this one made me feel a part of the community. I knew it was somewhere I could grow both socially and academically. The environment offered everything that I was looking for. Right in the city, a beautiful location, a thriving campus community. I even met the chancellor that day. I thought I knew what I was getting into. My first few experiences at the university were all positive, from open house to my welcome day and orientation, but I was still nervous, as most first-year students are. I was transitioning from a small private school where everyone knew one another to a large university. It was nerve-wracking and terrifying, to say the least. My first few weeks of classes, I sat in the seat closest to the door because I was so nervous. I wanted to have an easy exit. I thought I wouldn't make any friends. I thought I would get overwhelmed by the sheer size of the university. I was wrong. I have friends, I swear. Through my freshman success community, extracurricular activities like Jumpstart and wonderful discussion-driven classes filled with excitement and diversity, my freshman year was the best year of my life. My favorite thing about UMass Boston is the feeling of community I have every single day as I walk through our halls and catwalks. I look forward to coming to school early every day and leaving late at night. The community has welcomed me from my very first visit and continues to welcome me and include me every single day. I wake up early in the morning, excited to spend another day among people I respect and admire, knowing that my days are well spent.
So besides the fact that I can see the campus from my house just across the bay, UMass Boston was my first choice because it is affordable. It's located in the city of Boston, which is known for its world-class universities, and because I knew I would truly get the most out of my college experience here. I was sitting in this very room on welcome day 4 years ago when I knew I had made the right choice. I quickly acclimated to this unique campus environment. Less than a month into my freshman year here at UMass Boston, I was elected to be a senator in the undergraduate student government. By the end of the following semester, I was invited to join the Honors College. In these groups and many others, I made some amazing and lasting friendships. in those first few months, and as well as important connections that have enhanced my college experience. My favorite thing about UMass Boston might be that every student has a say in shaping their college experience here. Whether that is through academic programs, student clubs and organizations, or by recognizing the value of their public education, UMass Boston students recognize our uniqueness as an asset that enhances our college experience and prepares us for the future.
Through UMass Boston, I was able to live up my passions and discover new passions. I found that the offices and clubs here are wonderful resources for opportunities for students. For example, my freshman and sophomore year, I was able to volunteer in the greater Boston area to work with young children between the ages of 3 and 12, advancing their academic and social skills. Then, my sophomore year, through the CLA sophomore program, I was able to work in the State House as an intern. Even still today, I use the offices and clubs on campus to broaden my horizons and find opportunities that I wouldn't think imaginable for a student.
Our chancellor often alludes to our founder's vision of a university where students would trip over opportunities. What sort of opportunities, you may ask? Well, by the end of my freshman spring semester, I was preparing to take my seat as UMass Boston student trustee on the UMass Board system of trustees. Shortly after that, I was part of a panel discussion with Governor Deval Patrick. And just a few months ago, I got to attend a speaker series event hosted by our neighbors at the JFK Library with former President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, not to mention some of the amazing study abroad opportunities both Vakisha and I have taken part in. I had an incredible opportunity to travel to Japan this past summer with 22 peers and 2 professors as a part of a cultural ambassador exchange program. We visited Tokyo and Hiroshima, saw shrines, ate great food, and I got to meet and learn from some amazing Japanese students who came to visit us here in Boston just a few weeks ago.
Thanks to our expansive study abroad offering at UMass Boston, I was able to pick the study abroad program that best fit my interest. I was looking for an experience that would not only offer the opportunity to immerse myself in another culture, but also the opportunity to feel challenged and learn new skills. With the help of the staff of the Office of Global Programs, I found Oxford University's Study Abroad program, where I not only completed courses in my major, but I found myself learning and growing in ways I had never anticipated. Now, thanks to UMass Boston, I plan to pursue a master's in public administration. Thanks to my advisors, I am now in the process of sifting through various graduate programs in the Boston area. Without my experiences at UMass Boston, I never would have known that public administration is an area that both suits my interests and passions, but also leads me on a path to a career that I've always wanted.
I was also unsure of my post-college plans when I started classes at UMass in the fall of 2012. But since then, and thanks to some amazing faculty advisors and the connections I've made here, I've decided to go to law school after graduating next year and to continue working to increase civic engagement. To the newly accepted students in the audience, we hope to see you on the campus this fall, exploring all the campus has to offer and creating your own unique UMass Boston experience. Vakisha and I will be at the Campus Center and the Student Life Zone later today. Stop by and meet us and other great UMass Boston students.
Come say hi. I now have the honor of introducing UMass Boston's Chancellor. J. Keith Motley is the 8th Chancellor of our university. Under his leadership, student enrollment has grown, faculty research awards have increased, and the campus itself is transforming, with a brand new integrated sciences complex and the general academic building under construction. Before becoming chancellor in 2007, Dr. Motley served as vice president for business marketing and public affairs at the University of Massachusetts President's Office. Before joining the President's Office, he was the interim chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Boston, where he previously had served as vice chancellor for student affairs, following more than 30 years of higher education administration that included 10 years as the dean of students at services at Northeastern University. In my experience, Chancellor Motley is also a truly supportive and enthusiastic individual. We see the Chancellor around campus all the time, greeting students or just stopping to chat. When you talk with him, you can see how much he cares about us and cares about UMass Boston. Please welcome Chancellor Motley.
So, good morning, everybody. So now you know why they turned the microphone down so much for my students this morning. First of all, let's give them a round of applause. So I could come up here and tell you that both of them are honors students, and I'm really proud of that. But I'm more proud of the human beings that they've become and were when they came here. See, we sort of take you where you are, and we help you grow into what we hope will be an individual who understands the difference that you can make no matter where you go from this great institution. We know that you out there have started the process. And so I stand here even more proud that when this young man came here, he told me on this stage years ago as a freshman that he was going to get involved. And so now he's been involved not only as an honors student, but as a trustee of this university. So he's my boss. That's why I'm talking about him first. But more importantly, it's an opportunity for me to share because I used to be him and her, just like all of us out here used to be these young people. But also now I can stand here with a young lady from Brockton, this young man from Quincy, right here in this Commonwealth, right? And she's been over to Oxford. I can't even spell Oxford. So I know I would have flunked that test. But she's been there and she's come back here to serve. Just went to Japan this summer. Went into Japan with students and they talked to people from Hiroshima who had sort of survived that, and they found out from these people why their passion for peace and all the other things in the world that make us the humans we are matters. And so I'm so proud of them. I could have picked two every time I come, and people that have come to this room before know there's always two different students up here. I don't even know who's going to be here when I show up. And that's the wonderful luxury about being at this university. And I love to demonstrate it all of the time, and I love to brag about it all the time because I'm living a dream. But the dream, gives us an opportunity to wake up to the realities. We don't run from those realities. And so I'm so grateful to both of you. Thank you for getting up this morning, being a part of what's going on here. And, I'm so proud of both of you. I also want to put a round of applause together for all of those folk who were out here playing. We had a trio out here playing jazz for you today. Those are our students. Those students are excited. They're excited because all of that mud you got on your shoes today, trying to find your way here, and all of this confusion that you see around you is going to culminate in one of the most beautiful buildings next fall for performing arts. But because of the interdisciplinary and the transdisciplinary nature of this institution, we don't just put the arts in a building, we have chemistry in that building too, because you must be well-rounded enough to exist and survive in this world, and we're so grateful for that. So as you can see, I get excited. I get excited because I get to live this every day. I also get excited because they finally got a podium up here that fits me. But if you noticed, they sort of limited the stage today. They didn't want me to walk over there and start hugging you. And so they tried to limit how far your chancellor could walk today. Because the more walking I do, the longer I talk. And they're trying to get you off into an opportunity to be with everybody else on this campus, which is richly deserved. And so I want to thank and start by thanking everyone who is here today from the University of Massachusetts Boston community. Thank you for getting up this morning, preparing this campus for our extended family. Because whether you go to another institution, and Lisa Johnson hates this, she hates it when I say this. Whether we are not your first choice, our goal is to see you going on to higher education somewhere. We want to be your first choice. But we understand that in this society, as a public university, we advocate for choices. But once you come here, you're going to be inspired by individuals. Raise your hand or stand up if you're from the University of Massachusetts Boston community. Just wave your hand so they can see you. all these people around are working for you today. And there's no such thing as a question that's not so smart. If you're thinking about asking it, find someone and ask it. If you see someone who looks like me, they might just be a student. Because here at this university, our students go across the generations. Yes, we're getting younger. Our students are starting as young as 15 years old, and that group between 17 and 24 is large. Larger than it's ever been in the history of this institution. But there are others here studying because we all know this is a lifelong endeavor. And so first of all, I just want to thank again Nolan, and I want to thank Vakisha for just being here and getting me all fired up and ready to roll. When I came out and I saw that University of Massachusetts Boston blue on both of you, and I see the 50th anniversary pin, that's an amazing thing. The origin of that is I used to come out and people would have on the University of Arkansas shirts introducing themselves to you. But now what's happening here is there's a pride about this institution that will blow your mind. It's been in the culture for a long time, but we never used to tell you about it. We had a secret. But today we're letting you in on that secret. We invited you out here to this peninsula. If you haven't noticed, we're out here sort of kind of by ourselves as a higher education institution. But we're not out here by ourselves because we reach out to the world from here to other institutions and we embrace them. Whether it's high schools or other universities or individuals or faculty members. I just ran into a faculty member from another campus in the hallway from the Metropolitan University in Denver. She's here for the open house, and she's not even supposed to be here for that. She happened to be here for a research journey and decided to stop in and say hello and to see what was going on this institution. So, we're so grateful to you. So, good morning, everyone. See, if they gave me a longer stage, it would have took me another half hour to get to good morning. But I'm so excited. I'm excited because you got up today and you brought the sunshine with you. When is the last time we started out a day like this and they tell me it's going to finish this way? And I woke up, I said, oh, this must be welcome day at the University of Massachusetts Boston, because it's always sunny on welcome day here. You know, it's sunny because we think about the possibilities, but we also sit here and we get emotional about the gifts that each and every one of you become to the future. When you come here, we prepare you for a lifetime of contribution. So it doesn't stop when you get your degree or when you put on your Brooks Brothers suits and your shoes, or you show up into what you think is a job. See, we teach you how to place opportunity in your life and be distinguished about your life works, not to be walking around saying, I'm chancellor, and letting that define you. It does not define you, and we teach you that here. What defines you is what you take out and give to the world, and that's where we begin. So I want to thank you for understanding that this university, the University of Massachusetts Boston, welcomes you. Welcome to your first university day. See yourself that way when you walk around here. Engage yourself in that way. Yes, I know some of you have senioritis already, and that's cool. I had it. And if you talk to some of your parents and they tell you the truth, they had it too. But we had the itis around the possibilities of the future. None like you have today with all the information that you have about what that future can look like. So we give you all the rules and regulations because we want you to understand what the opportunity for you is. And what that opportunity is to use all of that great information. Use these times. Use that network of individuals that you've been developing for your common good, both for your individual good, but for those who are in your life that are going to need it as well. So, if you've been accepted to the University of Massachusetts, Boston, can you please stand up for me so I can see you? Whoa! Hey, give yourselves a round of applause. I didn't tell you to sit down. Hey, I had to mess with you once, right? Listen, those acceptance letters that you received are serious. I still have my acceptance letter of the university that I chose in my scrapbook. Because mothers and grandmothers, when I was coming along, made a scrapbook out of everything that you had. Baby shoes, shoestrings, your first bottle, the K-Rose syrup in the bottom of that bottle. So I'm dating myself. That recognizes the hard work and the sacrifices that each and every one of you made to be here. Don't you ever let someone tell you that you're not about all that. That being accepted to college isn't a big deal. It is. And to be accepted to the University of Massachusetts is an unbelievable big deal. Ask some of your friends. They may not tell you now, but people are turning themselves into me every day who were either alumni of this university or alumna, or people who aspired to come here and had to take another journey to be here, because we wrap our arms around you no matter how you come. Whether you come now or if you make the choice to go somewhere else and you decide to come later, we'll still hug you. That's why I say what I say, Lisa. Because folk are always welcome here. We are your public university. That means we're yours. So we are always waiting for you. People call folk who come here sometimes non-traditional. They call me non-traditional. They say they never met a chancellor like me. Tall, handsome. Non-traditional because I didn't come up the ranks a certain way. But what I did come with is a passion for you and a passion for my colleagues and an understanding of what the combination of that passion and experience as a practitioner can do. Then you put a lot of smart people around you and you get out the way. Whether they're serving the food or cleaning up the facility or working in the classroom or providing technical services for the classroom or teaching, those are the people who do the work. So all I needed was a loud voice and an opportunity to learn about their work and then to share that with you. So to you in the audience that are accepted, I want you to enjoy this accomplishment, and I want you to give yourselves a hand today. But then after that, start thinking about what's next. Family members, parents, guardians, friends, mentors, loved ones, you have every right to feel just as proud as that young person or that other person in your life who's about to make this experience. I want you to feel proud of yourselves today too. You've been encouraging, you've been cheerleading, you've been setting an unbelievable example, perhaps sometimes even pushing or kicking, turning the foot after you kick, drill sergeanting, getting on folks' nerves who have the nerve to think they have nerves that you can get on. Amazing, isn't it? You're getting on my nerves. I'm like, well, who is you? You mean daddy's getting on your nerves? I have some of these too at home. One who's a freshman in high school, who's left at home, who feels that my wife and I are too focused on her. You didn't focus on my brother like this. You didn't focus on my sister who just went off to college like this. And why are you focusing on me like this? You don't want to hear that answer, but I'll tell you it anyway. Because I can. I couldn't focus on them because I had you to worry about. But now that they're gone, if my skills are up to speed, I'm focused on you. That's why she's out running track today. She's never missed an event like this in her life. She hates not to be here, but we made sure that I dropped her off right in front of all her track meet people, and her mother said, "Did you kiss her?" I didn't do that to her today. But I did drop her off right in front of all them. So today is about learning so much about our university while you're here on campus. You know, as I mentioned, Angela is here with me today. She is one of the people that is proud of what we're doing here, and you know, as First Lady of this institution, I'm very proud to have her. But I also have a mom who's been texting me all morning about today. So all of you out there that think that that ends when I'm on your case and I'm talking about my daughter Jordan and all that, it doesn't end. And I'm fortunate that it doesn't end. She's texting now. She was long at first. Now she tells me that I'm too chatty when I write her. She starts sending me all these acronyms. LOL. You only live once. And then she starts sending me this. I had to ask what it meant. Some of my daughter told me it meant yes, but my boys told me it meant get off the doggone text. You've been on here too long, messing with me all day. But I say that because don't you dare quit. Don't you dare quit caring about that individual in your life who all of a sudden is going off to college somewhere that we hope is here. We want you to be engaged. We want you to stay engaged with each other because that's what the whole person is all about. There's nothing wrong with your being engaged with us. It doesn't stop. It may stop out for a moment, but they come back. I see it all the time. So today you have to answer the questions. Is this where I want to be? Do I want to make this Commonwealth of Massachusetts, capital city, public research university, my first choice? Making this your first choice isn't a bad thing. I hope that you learn enough today, outside of this session, to help influence that decision. I hope that we succeed in making you feel welcomed. It's my sincere hope that I will see every single one of you here in the fall because I would be honored to be your chancellor. Now, we have so many wonderful faculty and students here waiting for you today. Some of you started out over in the integrated science building and all that. You heard from the provost. You've had breakfast. Some of you are going to walk down and be able to participate and learn from so many people over in all the other buildings here on campus. I'm so grateful for their commitment, but I'm also grateful for their enthusiasm, but also grateful because they can tell you the real deal about what's going on here at the university. So before I turn things over to them, I want to just tell you something else about what's in store for you should you choose to accept our invitation to be a part of this quality education here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Now, we're going to provide you access to opportunities as was demonstrated by the two students that came before you earlier, and will be demonstrated as you walk around the campus and quiz others. Opportunity is here if you just sort of reach for it, then step into it and take advantage of it. Opportunity is here if you decide to just let it happen. Some of you are in such a hurry to be fast that you don't slow down enough to catch the opportunity. Slow down, look around, find it, connect with it, work hard for it, don't expect it, and then get it done. And then enjoy it. Enjoy being you. It goes by in a blink of an eye. You wake up and you're standing on the stage talking to a bunch of people about coming to a university. Then you rewind, and in your mind, you're still sitting in the audience thinking about going to a university. That's how quick it goes. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. When you're here, ask about some of that $150 million that we distribute each year in financial aid. As a comprehensive public research university, we also have more than 100 academic programs here. So think about those. Now, I know I've run into you in the hallway. Chancellor, I'm undecided. I don't know what to do with myself. Chancellor, I'm undecided. Come on. Well, what's your major? Oh, I'm undecided. I'm undecided. Do you think I sat around when I was you and said, oh, one day I'm going to be over in South Boston, in Dorchester Bay, running the University of Massachusetts, Boston, as a kid in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sitting in my neighborhood, thinking about going to college. And I'm not done yet. Undecided is cool, because you can decide. You have lots of things to think about. But if you're determined to do what you think you want to do, go into that with an open mind as well. Here you have the opportunity to not only study what you thought it was, but to learn what it actually is from giants who understand it. They will tell you that you have to be multifaceted or multifaceted in order to operate in this world. You just can't go into science and think you don't need to know about how to teach or to share, or you don't need to know the social elements of that. Because the world around you is asking you to do that. In this day and age, before you get off the stage, they're texting or tweeting about what you did or did not say. Oh, I was there, the chancellor's suit was too blue. I thought he had hair. Those are the promotional pictures they send out about him. Oh, I thought he was shorter than he is. That was him? Do all chancellors act like that? No. You know what's so nice about here? We teach you to be you. Be you. Not Boston University. Be you. It's nice to walk around here every day just being me. You know why? Because I don't have to forget who I am. I don't have to pretend. Pretending would be, oh yes, hello, how are you? How's your mom? This diagnosed this or that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not me. Be you. Bring the best you every day. And when you do that, this university will embrace you, because these folk bring the best them every day. So, whether it's a faculty member traveling into Nigeria in the middle of all of that conflict, because he's one of the most prolific mediation people in the world, to help them vote in that country. Or whether it's a distinguished professor of biology who is dealing with climate change and has done it for decades, long before it was fashionable. Or whether it's someone trying to go in the autism spectrum and figure all of that out. From our psychology department, they're here, willing to work with you. If you are not sure, there is a professor here that will work with you. Full professors don't run from our freshmen, they run to our freshmen. Whether it's in success communities where they're advising you or in the classroom where they're teaching you, where deans are also involved in freshman communities. Those communities stick together to make sure that you're okay. One of my students today started out working in those communities, and she's looking wonderful in her blue dress today. So thank you for that. So I always get this, Chancellor, how can you have such a big university, but you're trying to make it have a small time feel? So you want to have a 16-to-1 ratio in the classroom, 16 students to one teacher at a large university like that. Oh, you trying to be a liberal arts school? No, we're trying to be the University of Massachusetts, Boston. That's how we do it here. See, when we get lemons, we make lemonade. When we get apples, we make applesauce. We have an opportunity here to create a different kind of university. And that's what we've been doing, not lamenting the fact that we began on a dump. That's why you see all this construction, because we didn't want the destruction of that notion to determine the outcomes for this institution. And we refuse to sit here and be that. And so that's why you're here today. Some of you reluctantly, and we're okay with that, because by the time we finish with you today, you'll at least be telling somebody else about this experience. And when you do, it might not be you, but it's that next generation who's going to come here and understand this. You know, 2 years from now, this mud is gone. Then it's really on. If we can get you to come here with mud and mortar and all that stuff around you, imagine the possibilities once all this comes together. When our Cancer Institute and Research Center with Dana-Farber continues to flourish as it was. When the integrated science building that you see welcome you when you come on campus, it was just opened this semester, begins to work. When the building I told you, 190,000 square feet of classrooms, work. When the Edward M. Kennedy Institute on this campus that had the president of this United States, his wife, the first lady, the vice president here. So much security that John Kerry couldn't even come because you're not supposed to have all of those folk in one space at the same time, given the security risks in that. But they came to this university, the only university with its own presidential library out there on its campus. And now they acknowledge that fact. The faculty in our honors college, like the students that Fakisha and Nolan are today, have opportunities for you to study all over this world. So if you choose us, you won't just get to study on this beautiful peninsula that we're proud to call home. You'll be able to start in at Edward M. Kennedy Institute in all these classrooms, but go out into the world. We are so grateful to you. We're grateful that you understand that this university is on the move. We want it to be your first choice. It would be a welcoming experience for me to welcome you back to our beautiful campus. Our students will be here this summer as you go through the orientation experience, and we're looking forward to that. Understand that Boston itself, opportunity for you to learn and work are right around the corner. We have students interning in all of the high-profile type startups downtown, from environmental sciences to the New England Aquarium to English majors viewing rare manuscripts in the Boston Public Libraries and beyond. Nursing students doing things and the best hospitals in the country right here. Our location and our connections make a difference. And then graduation comes. And I look out on close to 4,000 people every year, many of whom are first-generation students doing that. You won't have to find your diversity emoji to find some diversity in your life. 150 students, countries represented here, 90 different languages. Every municipality in Massachusetts represented, and you know they're all different. You got to drop the R in some places like Medford, right? You got to be able to say Taunton, right? All that. It's not Peabody, it's Peabody, right? You got to know. And all that's represented here for you to learn. So, I know they're ready for me to close. I see the signs back there. The students are tipping back and forth. Chancellor, that's why we made the stage shorter. Well, too bad. Shouldn't have gave me the microphone. Speaking personally, I know I made the first choice and the best choice to come here in my lifetime. Just when I was losing some of my enthusiasm about my work, I showed up here. This community embraced me. There's not a bad day out here. Even when someone thinks that's what's happening with me, it's the greatest day for me and some of the greatest days in my life, because I get a chance to serve you. I get a chance to watch you grow and develop. And people say, well, what's the secret to life? The secret to life is engaging those who are going to live in the future and gifting something to them that will help you live on in the future through them. So you teach them well, and then they start talking about you, as I do my second grade teacher, Mrs. Somerville, or Mrs. Fowler, my principal, who taught me the first time that I could lead, or Herr Facchetti, my violin instructor, who told me not only can you play the violin, but you can be the concert master. And you'll master the violin and not let it master you. Even when your friends are laughing at you because you grow up to be 6'7" and you're carrying a violin home because your mother told you to. And you're mad at her. But because you're carrying a basketball in one hand, books in the other hand, and a violin in the other hands. Yeah, I have 3 hands. Because I imagine the possibilities. And you should too. Imagine yourself here at a university that cares for you. Imagine yourself in a space where faculty will take you where you are and accept you for who you are, and then teach you how to become something not different than you are, but more prepared than you are to make a difference. Imagine yourself where no matter where you go on this campus, if they work here, they're for you. They want you to succeed. They're happier at commencement than you are, not because you're leaving, because you're leaving to make a difference. And so go out today, learn as much as you can, graduate from whatever that system is that you're in, but come here prepared and ready to go, because we are. I welcome you. I can't wait for you. I'm energized by you, and we're ready to make you a part of this great university, the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Thank you so much.
Welcome, class of 2019. My name is Kylie Bowen, and I am a junior in the Honors College with a major in management and a minor in American Studies.
And my name is Karian Diaz. I am a sociology major with a minor in human rights. Thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to have you on our campus today. We are here representing the Office for New Student Programs. Before you attend UMass Boston this fall, you will visit with us for your Beacon Beginnings orientation.
Like us, you are all part of the millennial generation. This is you, and today we are here to take a closer look at what you would look like on our campus. Let's take a closer look at the anatomy of a typical UMass Boston student. Let's start with your hands. When polled, 84% of millennials said that helping to make a positive difference in the world is more important than professional recognition. Here at UMass Boston, we support and encourage our students to be involved in helping both the local and global community.
For example, you will have the opportunity to participate in service learning activities in the form of alternative break trips. We also stress the importance of helping out in your own backyard. As a UMass Boston student, you will be able to sign up for days of service where you will donate your time along with fellow classmates to improve the community while partnering with local organizations. These opportunities, as well as internships and work-study jobs, are essential to your development as a young professional. So get out there, get involved, and lend a helping hand.
As we all know, the heart pumps blood to every part of your body, creating a unique you with a special identity. Research has found that millennials are now the largest, most diverse generation in the US population. Here at UMass Boston, we have a special commitment to urban and global engagement. In fact, our students come from over 140 different countries. By providing ample resources, including programming and student centers and organizations, every student has the opportunity to thrive and succeed in a positive and inclusive environment.
Let your voice be heard. College-going millennials are more likely to study social science and applied fields. Here, at Boston's Public Research University, a bachelor's in the social sciences is one of our most popular degrees. A degree in health sciences, business management, and science and mathematics also gives you the opportunity to explore the social sciences through your core curriculum to diversify your education and enhance your learning. Graduating from UMass Boston paves the way for you to become a leader of your generation.
Before you move on with the rest of your day, we want to leave you with one final sentiment. Our generation is on track to becoming the most educated generation in American history. This semester, we've opened our new integrated science complex filled with state-of-the-art technology and research labs. In addition, our Honors College offers smaller class sizes and interdisciplinary courses. Through these opportunities and the encouragement of faculty and staff, we as students are challenged to exceed the expectations we set for ourselves. So put one foot in front of the other and let us help you get started on your journey.
Thank you so much. Don't forget that today you can sign up for orientation. We're going to be on the upper level of the campus center. Also, please use our hashtag. Everybody's on Twitter and Instagram, I know it. So please use our hashtag UMB19. We're going to have that feed up all day. Thank you so much and have a great day.